The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. I am very excited. Fun stuff. You can check out, I did a little thing where it's about watch the last 30 minutes of the game, not in game time, but in like real time. I have that up on this channel, so if you want to check that out, you can. But yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's talk about what happened. So first, this is, I think, a huge play, where this was a 3rd down and 4 right here. And, Tampa Bay, they converted on their first 5 4th down plays, which is obviously not easy to do, and it was really crucial, and this one was one of my favorites. So it's man coverage, and it's a single safety deep, and I think a lot of people, myself included sometimes, have wondered why do the Bucs throw deep on 3rd down and shorts like this, but in this situation, it does make sense. There's one safety deep, and he's cheating to Brady's right, because Brady's taking a snap on the hash marks on the right, and so Tom Brady is going to say, I'm going to take my chances with my best receiver, 13, Mike Evans, who has an opportunity to get open. And this is a pretty high percentage play despite the fact that it's a deep shot, so might as well take that chance. Watch, once Brady takes this snap, you're going to notice that Mike Evans, he's open right here. This is it's not necessarily the easiest throw in the world to make, largely because Brady's going to have to get it high enough to get there. But this is enough space for Brady to make this play. And I do think that, Evans was able to get open like this a couple times. One of them was a bad drop by Evans, but still, a play like this is huge, but it's also kind of a difficult throw to make. But what I love about it is how much air Brady put under it. As you see, it just sort of slowly falls down, so Evans just has time to track it, and he eventually makes the grab. He was ruled down. I'm not actually sure if he kind of got touched, looked like maybe right before he went down, but I guess that still counts. So, did get touched, but it was very close. This one was a huge one. So, it's going to be a cover 3 zone, but it's set up as though it's going to be a cover 2 zone. It's a disguise here, and that's what you have to do against Tom Brady, is you have to disguise things. If you just try to play a base zone coverage, you are going to have some trouble. So, that's what they're doing here. They're going with a disguise, and Godwin is running a route over the middle deep, and usually against cover 3, that does, the only purpose that serves is pushing a safety deep. That's typically what you do here for Tampa Bay, and this is still, I believe this was the 2nd quarter. It's a 1-score game. It's a very close game at this point. And Brady takes a snap. Worth mentioning, this is on a 3rd down as well. Brady does have time. I thought the offensive line, there was a couple bad moments. For the most part, they played great, though. I thought that, the run blocking wasn't perfect, but their pass protection was very good. They gave Brady time to try plays like this, where you notice there is a safety, Darnell Savage. If the 2 players were reversed, this would be wide open, but it's not that way. Godwin's the one in the yellow circle, and I don't know why in the world Brady decided to make this throw. I find it pretty funny how, the story with the Buccaneers all season was they need to adapt to Brady's play style. They can't have Bruce Arians' play style. They need to play more cautious. They need to play more conservative. Well, the no risk it, no biscuit strategy was what won this game for Tampa Bay with some of their big plays. Brady just tosses one up there because he says, you know what? Yeah, it's a low percentage play, but my receivers can make low percentage plays a high percentage of the time. And that's what Godwin was able to do. And what a way to get his confidence back, too, making up for those drops earlier. I think this play was a huge swing in the game. It's a 2nd down and 18. There's only 34 seconds left in the half. And some teams would have just said, you know what, let's just run out the clock here and, go to the halftime down 4. I think it's the correct decision to not. I think you have Aaron Rodgers take your opportunity here, even though it is a 2nd down and 18. And Rodgers, Lazard's running a route over the middle. There's only one safety deep. Tampa Bay is going to send pressure here. So this is an opportunity to get a chunk play back. And it's against Sean Murphy-Bunting, who isn't Tampa Bay's best corner. So Rodgers is going to take the snap here. And you notice that Lazard definitely is open, but Rodgers needs to get this ball further over the middle. And let's also talk about the elephant in the room here. There was a hold on this play by Murphy-Bunting, which affected the play a little bit, although honestly, the throw was behind enough on Lazard. I don't think it matters. I think that's still a pick either way, which is maybe why the flag didn't get thrown. To me, I said this when I was watching live. I think it's ridiculous that this gets called no penalty, but then the one at the end of the game that won it for the Bucs did get called a penalty. I think that's kind of insane. I don't love that, to be honest, but that's football. Luck is a part of it, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did get a little lucky there, but also they took advantage of their opportunities because since Rodgers, who this was really his only bad throw of the night, or of the day, which was a bit behind Lazard, but watch what Murphy-Bunting is going to do. He steps in front, he gets the interception, and that's a huge play, but it could have meant basically nothing. It could have just been the end of that. But because of this play now, it ended up meaning so much more, where what's going to happen is that this is a cover one man play. Again, a lot of these big Buccaneers plays were cover one, and this is man, but it's kind of a weird-ish man because, there's 8 seconds left. Green Bay, they're trying to keep things in front of them, and I just don't know why you only have one safety deep in a man play with 8 seconds left. I don't actually hate man, but, rush 3, they're going to have to get rid of the ball anyway. So why are you rushing 4? Get rid of the player who's covering the middle of the field. That makes no sense to me. I think have a cover 3 man where you have 3 players deep. And then, if they get 5 yards, they get 5 yards and can kick a field goal. You can't give up the touchdown here. And it's also Scotty Miller going up one-on-one against Kevin King, which isn't a mismatch for Tampa Bay. That's actually a mismatch for Green Bay. I think Green Bay would take that most of the time, but the one situation where they might not would be speed, just because Scotty Miller is very quick. But also, watch how this play, once it starts, you notice that Scotty Miller, he's running, but it's really interesting to see what Kevin King is doing. Kevin King is bailing here still 10 yards further down the field, and this is just an awkward situation for him to be in. And quite frankly, it'd almost be better if he was, if there wasn't as much room deep like that, because then he could sort of see Scotty Miller and know where he's running, whereas now King's kind of in this awkward spot of, does he just keep running deep? Well, now Scotty Miller can simply stop, Brady can hit him, and they can get an easy 15 yards, which does matter. Like, that doesn't mean nothing. So everyone kept saying, give up the underneath route, who cares? Well, that did matter. You can't just give that up. You do have to try to be aware of that as well, which is why man can be tricky in these situations, and why most players like to go with zone. Although I've always said I don't hate man coverage, but you have to have a 3-man rush here, and you have to have at least 2 safeties deep, but preferably 3. But this is also just a perfect throw from Brady. Look at that. Just beautiful, and great job by Scotty Miller making the grab. I know that seems easy, seems like an easy catch to make, but listen, we saw plenty of guys not make easy catches, and part of that is because it's just difficult to make catches in this situation. Not only is it cold, but there's also just a ton of pressure, so that factors in as well. I also thought this play was just ginormous, where this is right at the end of the half, and quite frankly, I don't know if the Buccaneers win this game if it wasn't for this play, where it's a cover 2 man. And really, the way this play is designed to work is it's designed to get the ball to Jamal Williams, who's running over the middle. The other 3 receivers close are just going to basically be, it's almost like a pick play. They're just going to run into the defensive backs in charge of covering him, and then Devin White's going to have to run through a bunch of traffic over the middle. And this play is a really good play, and it is going to at first work. As you see, Rodgers takes the snap, and Williams is open here. He definitely is. And quite frankly, I kind of think Rodgers probably should have thrown it to him now. Rodgers is going to wait, though, because he wants to just give it a second, because he figures, hey, there's a lot of traffic over the middle. If I give it a second, then there's nobody in the flat to Rodgers' left, so we're good. The issue, though, is that it's really easy read for Jordan Whitehead, the safety who is deep to Rodgers' left. It's a really easy read for him, as, 4 out of the 5 players are running a concept designed to get the ball to one player. So unless he was just focused on the other guy, which he might have been since it was a deep route in his area, but he reads the play and he's going to realize, okay, that's where the ball is going to. Whitehead runs in, and he's going to be able to not only make this play, though, but the ball gets knocked out. And even Devin White, who somehow he seemingly picks up every single fumble that's ever happened in the history of Buccaneers football. He's always right around the ball. It's one of just those weird things. And he's going to return it to the 10-yard line. That led to a touchdown. The Bucs would only score 3 more points, but that was a huge part of it. Listen, Brady didn't have a great game. Brady threw 3 interceptions, and you're still going to the Super Bowl. That feels pretty great. This is a really good team. I can't believe we're going back to the Super Bowl. I honestly did not think that was going to happen this year, even though I did pick the Bucs every game, but that's just because I like the Bucs. They will also be the first team to play in the Super Bowl in their home stadium, so I don't know what's going to happen. Should be a good game regardless of who they play. I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What were your thoughts on this game? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.